All right. What's up, everybody? It's me, RDV, and I'm back with Zach, and it's our first. I guess I'd say it's our first stream of the year.
Woohoo!
Well, I mean, first live stream. We did Resident Evil, or no, Resident Alien. Sorry, those two things are too
Different
close.
resident.
I know. One's evil, one's an alien. Resident Alien I uploaded that on Monday. Go check out that. That's the season one premiere that I uploaded. But anyway, we're here to talk about comic books. These are the comic books coming out this year.
This week. These are the only comics for the year that we're reading. It's gonna be a really sad year.
At this moment, it's been kind of rough.
If I'm only getting 3 comics for the whole year, that's gonna be a rough year.
Right. Where did I? Hold on a second. I did there. So yeah, it's been a crazy past couple weeks, man, with comic books. Things ending, things starting. I'm hoping we get more stuff as far as good stuff. And hello to I believe Jughead's here. Not sure, and on whoever just popped into as well. But yeah. Anyway, so might as well just share my screen here so you can look at the comic books. Also, well, if you haven't seen us in a while, Merry Christmas to those who are just returning finally, and also Happy New Year.
Yeah, technically it is still Christmas. It is the 9th day of Christmas, so you would be getting either geese or maids. I think it's 9 maids of milking, or 9 geese of swimming.
9 indentured servants.
9 indentured servants, paid, not unpaid. They would be paid servants. They might not get a ton of benefits, but...
Zach, are you eating apples? Not this week, he's not.
Brain, prepare to pick your jaw off the floor.
Hey!
Hello, Imperial Goddess. Happy New Year.
I'm here to support. So that means if you guys have any technical questions at all, we direct them to Imperial Goddess. She's our support center. She takes all the complaints and all the questions, concerns. Go to her for answers. She's now HR.
HR? We don't have HR. If we had HR, I'd be talking to them every week. Guys, RDV did this to me this week.
And they'd probably sit there and laugh and just like, what do you do next?
Be like, yeah, what are you going to do about
it? See, it's come to me so I can yell at you for complaining. That's pretty much how my policy is. If you don't like what we're doing, tough cookies.
You have a million other YouTube and Twitch channels.
Right. But none will be as awesome as ours. You'll miss us.
Oh, I'm sure there are some that are more awesome than ours. I think there are a few.
Well, I gotta say, going after these first 4 comic books, one of them is, oh my god, what the hell are they thinking? That's right, Poison Ivy, morning sickness. She's pregnant.
That's what that was. I didn't even look at it.
And it's in either those Swamp Thing's hands or she's knocked up with Harley's baby somehow.
Swamp Thing would make sense, but that requires some logic.
So. Right. So it's not Floorbush, man. She killed him, or whatever it is. The guy from Swamp Thing's villain. She killed him in the earlier issues of this. But anyway, let's go to Zach. Let's go to your number 5. Wait, you don't have one this week.
All right, guys. So yeah, this is me for this year. I'm making drastic budget cuts to my comic book pull list. There are a lot of titles that I have talked about that will no longer be talked about because I'm limiting myself to $20 to maybe $25 a week.
Oh.
And so there are some books that I have been reading that are just getting dropped. So my first 2 books of the week, I think, are still probably good quality books, good safe books that you can check out. But I'm not reading them. There are only 3 this week that I will be.
Yes, and sorry, Floronic Man.
I think
Dr. Floorbush is the version of on Darkwing Duck, where he's like.
I was thinking of Animal Vegetable Mineral Man from Doom Patrol.
But my number 5 this week is Vengeance of the Moon Knight. It's the reason it's pushed up to number 5 because I'm curious, will this suffer the same fate as Daredevil? Daredevil ended strong the first time, then they rebooted it with the same team, and it got worse. Fundamentally worse.
I wouldn't
Uh,
say it ended strong.
well,
Didn't
stronger than the last one,
yeah.
the second volume, I should say. But basically, yeah, it is basically Hunter's Moon is basically the not the new Moon Knights because he's not replacing Moon Knights, but he for those who've been following along, there was basically two Moon Knights. There was Hunter's Moon, who is basically another son of Khonshu, who is more by the book, more serious. But
He was the right hand of Khonshu,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Moon Knight was the left hand,
yeah.
from what I understood.
So with Moon Knight having died, now they're looking for a way to free Khonshu, so Khonshu can bring Mark back to life. And my prediction for this is that this series we're gonna have two stories ongoing in the book, kind of what we see right now with what was the Batman Gargoyle. There's two characters, but there's two, but it's the same story going on, but from two different point of views. Moon Knight is gonna be in hell or whatever he is, limbo, wherever he is. You're gonna see his point of view, and then we're gonna see Hunter's Moon and the rest of the team at the Midnight Mansion. Mission basically trying to pick up the pieces and carry on. Now, some people are saying, "Wow, we got the black girl sitting in the chair. Now she's the new Moon Knight." No, and I said to you, "Fuck you. Go read the book."
Thank you, Yellow Flash, and all of your other friends for spreading that misinformation.
read the actual book. Quit assuming things. Yes, but I don't know. I guess some people are so badly burned by this, but then I think there's a lot of people who are not really burned because they probably were never even reading Marvel comic books. Or at least they stopped 20 years ago, and they just have a channel just to be it on the drama. But I can't prove that, but I'm pretty sure there probably is some. But
all implications point to that.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway, getting back to this, it's 40 pages for $6. Jed McKay is returning. We're getting Alessandro Capuccio, who also has a cover right here. So he basically, here's the foil cover. They're going to be doing this.
I really like that one.
Right?
That one looks really good.
But not only that, the main cover is David Finch, we just saw before. But Greg Capullo has his own variant, which I kind of wish was the main cover.
That one also looks really cool.
But it's not they're all the same price, no matter what variant you get.
Hey, that's you know what? I'm okay with that. I hate when they do some like DC does this a lot with their card stock variants.
Dollar more.
Adds $1 or $2. I don't care for that. But if you have them all the same price, I'm a little bit more okay with that.
Because honestly, keeping it the same price, no matter what cover you get, actually, some person may, I'll pick up this book because I saw this cover here. That's the cover grabs them. Wait, I got to pay an extra $1 because I saw the cover that I liked. They're kind of going to put the book back and say, like, nope, I'm done with this crap. Then there is the Geist, or Gist, whatever you pronounce it.
The gist is up.
So.
It's all right. I like these new, not swords, but they look almost like swords.
They're pendulums.
Yeah, pendulums. I like that. They are like axes, moon axes.
Or Batman's batarangs on poles.
A polarang. I don't know.
Then there's a Frank Miller variant, what nobody wants.
Nobody cares, Frank. Go retire already. God bless it. That's actually not. That's not one of his worst ones either. That one's actually. It's kind of okay.
It looks like a Ninja Turtle dressed up as Moon Knight, jumping out of a white origami. What do they call those paper roses?
Yeah, origami. I thought it would look like one of those endless staircases, endless stairways. It looks like Black Panther just infiltrated the KKK, one of their meetings or something. Because it's Black Panther wearing a hood. Thank you. It only took 9 minutes. You got it in under 10 minutes. First one of the new year. Under 10 minutes.
That actually wasn't that bad.
That's not that bad. That's actually really cool.
This is the one I want. But
I'm not going to get it. What is it, 1 in 200 it said?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding that.
Do you see the price? I got to pay $200 just to get this one cover.
No, thank you.
What I like to do is I right-click and then I save image as.
There you go. See, the thing is, and I know that there's a guy at my LCS, because the owners told me this, there is a guy who gets every variant for every Marvel book. So I know he's paid for like 200 issues of Moon Knight just to get this. The guy is a
Yes, yes.
whale.
But this is the Gene Colan hidden variant. Now, is this a
That's
new
nice.
cover, or is this just a cover from the original series that they just kind of put on a new?
It looks like it would be a reprint from an original series because I don't know that either of these two women on the cover have anything to do with the story.
Well, that's actually supposed to be his former love, I
Which
believe.
one? Not Marlowe.
Unless it's supposed to be Judy Greer or whatever her name is, Greer Nelson before. Sorry, Judy Greer. Greer Nelson.
Greer Nelson. Yeah,
Greer Nelson before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure who the red
so.
is.
I'm not sure.
But
she got the one in the foreground has the Madonna wardrobe though with the combs on the comb boobs.
I wasn't looking at that, Zach, but thanks.
Sure you weren't. Sure you weren't. That's
so thank you for the confirmation. That's what I thought it was. Gene Colan's been dead for 10 years. So there's no way it's a new one.
Okay, well, Jack Kirby's been dead for how many years, and we still see some of his covers homaged and used? Disney legend Jack Kirby?
I'm just waiting for people to start using these old covers and then, like, photoshopping things out of them. Like, they put Spider-Man here.
Or, like, AI, like, type in AI. Okay, AI, give me a version of Fantastic Four #1, but instead of the mole monster, use blah, blah, blah.
But if this was the main cover, I'd be picking up Moon Knight. A lot of more people would be picking up Moon Knight, because it's freaking Gene Colan art.
I don't know that too many new comic book readers even know who Gene Colan is.
I do. Who cares if this looks phenomenal compared to what we saw before? We thought this looks depressing.
Yeah. I don't care for the cover A. Like the cover B, the Cappuccio or the what was the other one? The Capullo. Cappuccio or Capullo have the two best covers in my opinion.
Like I said, this right here is phenomenal. That's way better than anything you get on here. When I look at the David Finch cover here, that is, you know what it looks like? Once it loads up,
it looks like darkness. I don't know.
No, that's Venom.
Oh, it kind of does. With the Venom and Spawn having a baby, that's what it looks like. If Venom and Spawn had a baby,
two guys and a baby.
Yep.
Anyway, we spent too much time on this, and hey, you pie, Ash.
Hi, Ash Pie.
He always says, "Hey, you guys." So I said, "Hey, you pie."
He used to say, "Hey, you fries," and he used to make me hungry for fries all the time.
Of course, Zach doesn't like the cover.
No, well, I didn't like the Frank Miller cover.
Yeah. Well, I personally don't like this cover because it said Hunter Moon is not freaking the Hulk or the Thing.
He looks like Spawn.
He's too jacked.
He's got the jack chest. He's got like the eye markings look like Spawn.
Right.
Yes, it's really Spawn. I wonder if Todd McFarlane, they called him and said, "Hey Todd, give us a mock."
And also, Ash, if you scroll up and look at the comment section, Eric Breen said he's filling in for you, so you can go do what you need to do. I didn't ask him to.
God, everybody's dogpiling on me tonight. First you, then Breen, then Ash. Like, is anybody this year going to be nice to Zach? Besides Imperial Goddess, I know that she is.
I am being nice to you, actually, Zach.
You're right. You made it under. You waited at least 5 minutes before making
I am filtering just for you.
Filtering.
I said I wouldn't filter anymore. I just say what's on my mind, but I'm keeping it back.
I'm so lucky. I'm so #blessed. #blessed. All right. Going to my number 5 for this week. Again, keep in mind, this is not in my pull list. I am not buying this. I'm only getting 3 books this week. But my number 5 is one that RDV has talked about several times. He's had good things to say. I've checked out an issue or two of it. And that is Doctor Strange, number 11, from Jed MacKay. I think it was actually, right there next to, in the same row as Moon Knight. Jed MacKay is, I think he's a pretty safe bet when it comes to Marvel, any of his Marvel books. Doctor Strange, we talked about Moon Knight. It's probably been his best one. Doctor Strange has been pretty good. His Avengers run was all right. But yeah, it's, I've heard good things about it. This is an aftermath issue. So right after this story that's been going on with General Strange, this is kind of showing consequences, I guess, of the story. But yeah, I've heard good things. RDV's liked past issues, so I'm putting this in at number 5 for this week. And Breen, you can throw apples all you want to, but I'm not buying it, so your apples are worthless.
Keep the apples and make apple pie.
Or sauce, or juice. I'm sure there's other things you can do with them.
So that, like I said, this has been kind of interesting for me, at least. We just wrapped up the whole General Strange thing, locked them away, and now we got to deal with the fact that they're raising Clea's younger daughter, or younger sister, because her mother, from experience, has a habit of banning her children. Has them for whatever, doesn't care about them, but has them. They're usually just a broker, a peace between two warring factions, whatever. So, yeah, see what happens with this. Doctor Strange, fatherhood.
Not a bad story thread. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
It does fit Strange because it is Strange.
Just coming off of the whole Strange Academy thing with all the kids and everything, I could see it. But again, not my pull list. So if you guys if somebody out there buys it, doesn't like it, they say, Zach lied. I told you, I'm not buying this.
Zach's, but this basically what these first 2 books you're seeing here from Zach are basically books that if he had the money, he'd buy them.
Yeah. It's me taking bet. It's like whenever you watch Sports Center or when you watch the pregame thing for the football games and people place their bets or they say who's going to win. This is me saying who's going to win. And I want popcorn now. Thanks, Brain.
What kind? Caramel?
He just said popcorn.
Caramel or caramel?
No, I don't like that caramel. I like to get the little ranch flavor powder and sprinkle that on there. Give it like a nice ranch flavor.
Oh, so you're not into cheesy poofs and all that stuff?
Not so much. Not so much.
My number 4 this week is The Midnight Show.
Oh.
This keeps getting better and better each week. I think this is a limited series, though, but basically, it's just basically Universal Horror Monsters. Basically, what if they are real? And now they're in the modern world, and they are changing the world into their version. For those who watch the Monster Squad, it's kind of the same thing. Dracula has Amulet. He's going to use it to change the world into his own twisted version. So the Eternal Darkness. Van Helsing, you escaped from the portal, once trapped him, now wants to basically try and defeat him again once time. So he's got these kids. Not only that, we got the Mummy, we got the Creature from the Black Lagoon, we've got Frankenstein, and a Necro Werewolf, a werewolf that basically is like a slash vampire, I guess, a hybrid. I don't know, but you never know who's going to freaking die in this. We've had characters like, I'm getting revenge for my friend, and then he's gone. His head's ripped off, or it's like whoa. It's like there's actually been a fat woman who got pulled in and was killed. And I was like, they are not PC, and they don't care, but they're not. It's kind of like I said, and I'll bring it back up to Resident Alien TV show on Sci-Fi. They have a lot of dirty jokes on there, and they don't care who doesn't like it. So it's really interesting to see this in a comic book. It's through Dark Horse. Dark Horse, my prediction is going to become my number 1 publisher, especially with the whole Miller World being over there, and a new Ghostbusters comic book coming out. I'm looking forward to see what else Dark Horse is going to have. But if you're not reading this, Cullen Bunn has also been a pleasure to read so far. I read his Nightwalkers, was another vampire series. It came out last year for Scout Comics. So definitely stick around with this. And thank you to Breen. Breen's the one that told me about this, and I read it. And that's that's what the whole purpose of the channel is. Me tell you about here's what I'm liking, and you're like, I'll try it for myself. And if you like it, and if you hate it,
then you've at least tried something.
Yeah.
You've stepped out of your comfort zone and you've tried something. So
I'm gonna try apples this week.
You should. I have some Red Delicious I just got from the store. They're in my fridge.
Red Delicious or my mom likes Gala. I'm more of the Honey Crisp.
Yeah, that's what my dad likes. My dad likes, but the thing is, Red Delicious are also cheaper than Honey Crisp.
But they taste
cheap.
but they taste fake though. They don't taste. They taste like wax to me.
It depends on when you get them, because like I think there are some times of the year they're better than other times. All right, my number 4. This is one I think more people will be receptive to. Robert Venditti, one of the best of DC's writers that they've had recently. The one I think should take over JSA if and when Jeff John leaves. He's got a sequel volume to his Superman 78 series, and this week issue number 3 comes out. It's Superman 78, The Metal Curtain. Who built Metallo? So they brought Metallo in. They never showed him in the movie, but now they're showing what he would look like in the Christopher Reeve Superman universe.
Yep.
So looks really cool. I'm a big Metallo fan, actually, so this does interest me. I will say, if it was the art is the one thing kind of turning me off this. It almost looks like Michael Allred in like a little bit. It's Gavin Guidry, who I'm not super familiar with, but the art is kind of a turnoff for me with this. But yeah, it's Superman took a beating from Metallo. Apparently, the Russians built Metallo's suit. That's kind of timely, and then also kind of it makes sense. Of course they would. And then so there'll be Superman, Lois Lane finding answers about who Metallo is, what's going on with them. So I've been hearing good things about this book. I know Robert Venditti was a huge fan of the Christopher Reeve movies. I follow his Instagram, and like he just geeks out about stuff like this all the time, which is, I think it's really encouraging when you're reading a comic from an artist or from a writer and they geek out about the same stuff they're writing. That's always like a green flag for me.
The other good thing about this was that we got to see Highball last issue, Hal Jordan. They didn't call him Hal Jordan. They didn't call him Hal Jordan, but the pilot was called Highball.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
So if you ever been reading this, it just keeps getting better and better. Looking forward to see what's going on with this. They even acknowledged that this is basically the universe where Superman kissed Lois Lane, and that's how she lost her memory. He didn't reverse the world.
It wasn't the whole world spin.
Yeah.
Because that's the weird part of Superman 78.
Which is the layers about this, the hoax, and you can probably find online. But a lot of there's a whole memes about Superman kissing people, and like where they forget that he's wronged them. Like he does it to Lex, he does it to like all his villains, and then at the end they all show up with flowers. They all want to date him.
Oh my goodness! But anyway, if you're wanting some Superman, there is no Josh Williams Superman this week. There is no World's Finest. But if you are wanting a Superman fix, this is a really good place to stop and look for one. So this is going to be my number 4 pick for best of the week.
It's a Tom Rowley, our guy on Duke right now.
Our guy on Duke, yeah, I like that too. Kid looking out the window, that's really cool. I like that.
And I believe, is that the kid from the second movie or the third movie? Third movie, right?
I haven't seen the third movie.
With a lot of Link's son.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's been forever.
If Jay was here, he knows about the third movie. He loves that movie.
Yeah. I stop at 2. I would jump straight from 2 and then go to Superman Returns with Brandon Routh.
But the third one has the junkyard scene, right? Or is that 2? I was getting confused. But
it might be 3.
This is cool.
That one, that's a pretty cool cover too. I like that one with the puddle and the reflection. That's
how really reckless of him to throw his glasses and hat in the puddle and stuff to leave.
I know. Doesn't he know how much prescription glasses cost these days?
Like you have super speed. You could put it back in your apartment and then go.
You can fly, Clark. You have super speed and you can fly. You don't have to leave stuff on the ground. But anyway, that's a really neat cover.
All right. My number 3 for this week. The barcode really adds, so it does, right?
Yeah, I know. Freaking barcodes. Like, okay, the Superman 78 logo in the corner, that's okay. But the barcode is a eyesore.
My number 3 of the week is a series that once it moved out of Marvel, with the same writer, it actually became better. And that is Conan the Barbarian, number 6.
That's Jay Lee, huh?
Yeah, I'm not getting an ugly cover.
I don't mind that one. Although there is another cover.
There
that
is
I really.
this is Dave Panosian, I believe.
Yeah, the Panishin one looks really good.
This is supposed to be the girl he's traveling with right now. I
The
think
pirate girl, right? Belit.
I believe so. Oh, I like actually Belit is yeah, it's supposed to be Belit.
Yeah, that's got to be Belit. That's not the girl that he's been with, fighting like the zombies.
No, that girl died.
Yeah, I figured
Uh,
it'd be weird.
but yeah. So this has been a fun series for me. Just continue on from what happened last. Looking forward to see what happens with basically more of these characters. So basically, it says warrior, thief, pirate. After I can't read this like Mako. I'm sorry, but those who love the movie, unlike Zach. Um, After adventures on the high seas, Conan. Hey, I wasn't insulting. I'm just stating facts.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not fighting you. I'm
Yeah,
agreeing with you. I don't
yeah.
like the movie.
Conan returns ashore to find himself haunted by his memories of Belit, captain of the Tigers and queen of the Black Coast. Can a heist draw him out of his tortured past and chaos that has always been waiting for him? And actually, so Belit is actually kind of, for those of you who've been reading this, yeah, you need to know more about this and why he's tortured, because it does involve Belit. Something that happens to her. So that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's been a fun book. I look more to this. Uh, okay, that's new. Jim Zuck posted some interesting comments on his. Very encouraging to hear that what the year will be some standalone stories and two-parters. While I'm loving the book overall, I've been disappointed with how it's structured. 4-issue arcs building to a big bad feels way more modern and recommended for Conan. Second year should be better.
Second year. So he's planning a whole
This is
lot of stories.
this is the second year.
This is. Oh yeah.
So basically, if that's true, if he's saying that, he hates doing the little build-up miniseries, and then that's it. Like, he wants to do longer ongoings.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
100%.
Honestly, I wish Miller would do that too. Get rid of the 6-issue volume things. Just keep doing it ongoing. Like, I hope when we get Nightclub Volume 2, it's continuing on. Like 7, 8, 9, 10.
He's gonna do the same thing he did with Magic Order, where you just do multiple volumes of it. Which, if you're gonna do multiple volumes of it, if you know you're going to, I'm a little more okay with it. But like, because honestly, I thought we were just gonna have the story where Conan and the other girl, the Pict Warrior, where they fight the zombie. Like, I thought that was gonna be it. Like, okay, yeah. Conan's done. Move on to the next thing. I'm surprised that it's continuing on this long.
But this is a horrendous cover.
Yeah, I don't know who.
That's like Samurai Jack level cringe.
Samurai Jack is not cringe. First of all, that's worse than anything Samurai Jack has put out.
A little serious.
Hang on now, because yeah, it's got like the little gold binder. Okay, I can see what it's trying to do. I'm a little bit more okay with it now because it's trying to look like those little children's books. I don't like the skulls and the blood on my little children's books. But I understand the joke they're going for, so I'm a little more okay with it.
All right. At least use legacy numbers. I agree.
Yeah. That's fair.
All right.
We're getting down to the books that I'm actually going to pay for. Number 3. So I'm not pirating books, guys, I promise. Maybe. My number 3 book for this week is Vengeance of Moon Knight, number 1. RDV just talked about it. I really enjoyed the first 30 issues with Jed McKay and Alessandro Capuccio and Rochelle Rosenberg all working on it. I thought it was a phenomenal run. The art was great. The stories were great. The villains that they used were fun. I thought it ended on a really good note. I was sad that it ended and that Marvel, in typical fashion, is doing this whole relaunch. Number 1, same team though. I hate that, but I'm excited for it because I've really grown to like Moon Knight over the last year and change. So seeing how things are going to pick up, how Mark Spector is going to come back, seeing what's going to happen with all of his supporting cast. Because he does actually have a pretty good supporting cast. That's one thing I think we talk about a lot, is how a lot of these modern characters don't have a good supporting cast. I think Moon Knight, this run of Moon Knight, has had a decent supporting cast. He's got the love interest with Tigra. He's got his brother in arms, Hunter's Moon. He's got Soldier and Reese, I think, kind of like his mentees, or not henchmen, but like people he's mentoring, kind of. I think it's had a pretty good little supporting cast for a Moon Knight book.
Do you know? Do you know what actually would make this much better for Marvel if they put what volume this is? They say this is volume 9.
Is
Okay,
it volume 9? Really?
I'm just saying if it is. I'm just saying put up in the
Yeah.
corner volume 9.
They should do it with They should do it with all their books. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Captain America right now from J. Michael Straczynski. They
Don't
should
tell-
do all. Yeah.
Don't. I hate the trades like Captain America and then this story arc. Okay, but cool. But what volume is this from?
What
You know?
volume?
Yeah.
I agree. That would be decent. That would be a good idea.
Mangas have chapters, listener, but they also tell you what volume it is.
Exactly.
So
That's a good idea. As mentioned before, I'm not getting the hideously swole Spawn cover. I'm either going to get the Capuccio or the Greg Capullo. I probably want the Capullo one. Although, Laniil Francis Yu has a 1 in 25 variant. That doesn't look bad either. But yeah, I'm looking forward to picking this back up. I'm like you, RDV. I'm hoping because with Chip Zdarsky and Chichetto, whenever Daredevil got relaunched and they gave it a new #1, it did not. It was not as great as the first volume. So I'm hoping Jed McKay has a bit more, what's the word, endurance maybe, or a bit, some better ideas than what Zdarsky brought to the table. Although I did like some of Zdarsky's Daredevil in that second volume, but a lot of it was stinky. So yeah. Anyway, this is my number 3, and also the Thing is in it. Okay, sweet. So I do get some Fantastic Four representation this week. So double win. Okay.
yes.
Also 8-Ball.
Yeah.
I do like 8-Ball. I'm waiting for a pop figure of 8-Ball to show up, and I'm gonna buy it.
There is. It's called Magic 8 Ball.
No. The
Shake it.
bobblehead. No, get out of here. Ash, I know Spawn is a black guy. Everybody should know that Spawn. My brother, who does not read Spawn, knows that Spawn is a black guy. What?
I'm being nice.
I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying people should know that.
I know I had something to say, but I'm not going to say it. It's a new side of me. On this channel, I'll be nice to Zach. I will not be mean to Zach.
It's like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
You're going to miss it so much. You're like, just do it already. It's going to creep you out. But, all right. My number 2 for this week is a book that, you already talked about.
I feel like we're going to have the same number 1.
Maybe.
I feel like we are.
Probably are, because you haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go scroll down. Is that far down? No, it can't be.
Can't be.
I think I passed it up already.
Maybe. Gargoyles, Silver Surfer, Fire and Ice. Either one. Pick one.
No, it is that far down.
Wow. Dang.
There it is. Superman number 78, number 3. Just been enjoying this. Like I said, it's they had Hal Jordan. They didn't call him there, but basically when Metallo attacks the plane, in the previous issue, the guy ejects out of there. Superman intervenes, and then the guy goes tries to help him. And because you see the communication, you see the he says like thanks Highball or something like that. Highball is always the call sign for Hal Jordan. Obviously, in this 78, Hal Jordan doesn't have his ring yet. So I'm curious to see if they do a Justice League ever after these. We have Batman 89, 78. I would love to see them. Honestly, I would just love to see like a Justice League based off the 78s, in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Based off, and then Robert Venditti in charge of it. That'd be cool.
Well, yeah, 78, because Linda Carter's Wonder Woman was around during that time, so you could easily have her Wonder Woman in there.
Yeah, and
maybe have an older Adam West Batman.
You could.
You really could. Yeah.
Right. And you could also introduce what Hal Jordan and what the all these other characters would be like if they didn't in the 70s in the Silver Age versions. So you could bring them all in. You really wanted to, but they probably won't do. Everybody's willpower is impressive. See this? Yeah, it's not my shooting hand.
It's my favorite joke in the whole movie.
But very fun book. All right. So Zach will give a recap of the books that he's pirating and the books that he's actually buying.
Wait, are we already on? I didn't do my number 2, did I?
Oh, did you do number 2 then?
No, I didn't do my number 2. Come on, man, you're trying to cut me out here. My number 2 is one that you did already talk about, though. From Titan Comics, writer Jim Zub, Conan the Barbarian, number 6. I actually like this Jay Lee cover. I'm not normally a huge Jay Lee fan, but this one I think is one of his better covers.
Zach, we're trying to be diverse here.
Jay Lee is diverse. I thought he was diverse.
No, you keep choosing all the books that I have. People want to have.
Oh, with the titles. Oh, well, like I said, I only got 3. What our number 1s is? I apologize if this is you hear us talking about the same books over and over, guys. But no, RDV was right though. Jim Zub, since coming over to Titan and getting out from under Marvel with Conan, this has been really great. Even with his first story that he was doing, it was night and day difference from what Marvel had been putting out with Conan in it. Even written by the same guy, even written by Jim Zub. This is just so much better. And if you look at like his Substack or his blog or whatever it is that he wrote on, like apparently he's got plans for this, like long-term plans.
Substack.
Which is Substack, yeah. Which is exciting for me because I mentioned this on Ash's stream last night. I'm getting like miniseries. Like it triggers me at this point seeing miniseries. So whenever I hear that somebody has long-term plans for a title or a character, I'm like, okay, sweet. I'm gonna go follow that guy's career because he has like goals and stuff. It's not just like a 4 issues and I'm out. So
and that's the thing. If you have to do a mini, do 12
at least.
Yes.
Like, don't give me something that can be wrapped up in 3 months. And I'm not even before this. I wasn't even a big Conan fan or like a big like barbarian fantasy comic fan, but this has been really fun. This is this is really cool to read. This is definitely outside of what you see at the big 2, as you can tell that the women are women from the curves, and it's not just the women. You see Conan is shirtless there all the time too, so the ladies get what they like to look at also.
You're getting your Reacher effect.
Exactly. It's his prehistoric Reacher, pretty much, if I had to categorize it that way. By the way, I saw episode 5 recently. That was Breed. That was a good joke. That was a little line in there. That was good. I liked it. But yeah, this has been phenomenal. I'm gonna keep on reading this. I did not think I would like Jim Zub. I've read some of his Avengers stuff. His Conan stuff at Marvel. This is actually worth reading. So. And it's not ridiculously expensive for, the amount of pages you get. $4 for 32 pages. That's not terrible.
All right. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to count down my books.
Countdown, sir.
All right. My number 5, you saw it earlier if you joined us at the beginning, like a loyal customer or a loyal fan. My number 5 was Vengeance of the Moon Knight, number 1. Hoping that goes strong and doesn't go the way of Zdarsky Daredevil. And number 4 was Midnight Show. Number 4. My number 3 is Conan the Barbarian. Number 6, which you just saw, that was Zach's number 2. My number 2 is you saw Superman 78, and my number 1 is a book that I guarantee it's Zach's.
Gotta be.
So count on yours.
Sure. So my 2 books that I'm not buying, but I will recommend because I think they are worth reading, is the new Doctor Strange. I believe it was issue number 6. By Jed McKay, and then also one of RDV's picks, Superman 78. So you get a little bit of, I get some backup there from RDV. I guess I picked a good number 4. My number 3 is the new Vengeance of Moon Knight, number 1, the relaunch from Marvel, more Jed McKay magic, and then Conan the Barbarian, issue number 6 from Titan Comics. And that brings us to number 1.
Fantastic Four by Ryan North.
I do love those covers though. Like that has a classic, like a B movie, like a 50s B sci-fi movie look to it. I kind of dig it with the brain and the eyes. No, that is not our number one. Neither is Marvel Zombies. Where'd it go? You had it up there. I think it's further up.
You mean
There
it's
it is.
not
There it is. There it
right
is.
there? There it is.
No. One down. You skipped the row. There it is.
Shazam, Black Adam.
Shazam number 7.
This is also depressing because this is what we were supposed to get in the movies, but we didn't.
Oh God! Oh, you had to remind me of that.
Because David Zaslav did not want to allow The Rock to have Black Adam versus Shazam.
I think that was before David Zaslav took over, though. I thought that decision was made before he took over Warner Brothers.
I don't know, but regardless, though, we're getting Black Adam versus the Captain. Excuse me, Captain Marvel.
Shazam!
The match you've been waiting for: the Captain versus, Captain Marvel versus Black Adam. Who will wield the thunder? Who will ultimately be crowned the champion of Shazam?
Man, how long has it even been since these two have fought in the comics? I can't remember.
Before
it hadn't been recent. It must have been before New 52.
Yeah, it was like 2000.
Because I remember when Black Adam tried to turn good and he joined the JSA in Jeff Johns' run. I know Shazam joined the team to keep an eye on him. I guess they fought during World War III, the World War III event. But yeah, it's been a long time since these two have fought. But sadly, Dan Mora is not the interior. He's not the interior artist on this, though.
Yeah, I know who Goran Zuka is.
Suzuka. I want to look up this guy.
Is he just taking over? Or is just filling in?
It's probably just to fill in. Suzuka.
Chris Samney cardstock variant is really cool.
Hey, my boy, Chris Samney. That's kind of cool.
Chris Samney should just be interior artist for Shazam because he writes characters like Owen, who's kind of like a Shazam character, very boyish.
Kinda. I would not mind seeing him replace. If you had to replace Dan Mora, you could do a lot worse than Chris Samney. But honestly, I don't think DC would pay him accordingly. Yeah, this Goran Suzuki, he does pretty good. He does pretty good art. I just Google image searched him. He does some good. He did some Wonder Woman stuff, I think. David Nakayama.
Did you see the other guy though? Oh, go back to his thing. The artist Ricardo Lopez. When they show his photo down here, he's a Dragon Ball Z fan. That's why his cover looks like Dragon Ball Z character.
Okay, I respect it. It's not Mary Marvel, but I respect it.
Yeah. So
the main cover is not that main cover is not bad though. That main cover that is Dan Mora.
Yes.
And it also does. Ash and I have said what any good comic cover does is it gives you a tease of what is on the inside. So you see this and you're like, oh, it's going to be Captain fighting Black Adam. So that's what you get on this. Although I do really want that David Nakayama cover. that was really good.
You can't have those covers anymore. You got a girlfriend.
It's a modest cover. It's not super scanty. Anyway, I digress though.
Okay. All right, moving on from these, we're going to go talk about the trades coming out. Look at that. Fantastic Four is right up there.
Oh, hey. Speaking of Chris Samney drawing for Mark Waid, there's his Daredevil.
Yep. Daredevil here. I don't care for Darth Vader or Black, White, and Red. Treasure Edition.
Actually, I think Daniel Warren Johnson might have had a Darth Vader story in one of those.
Maybe, but it's not worth it, though, unless you just take a story out of there.
Yeah.
And have it as a standalone.
Don't even look at DC vampires. No. Just keep moving.
Redneck. I believe that's Donny Cates. Yep.
That is Donny Cates. That's his cowboy vampire story. Western vampires.
Yep.
Maybe Southern.
All right. Then there's the other version of the Daredevil. Then there's X-Men: The Heady Years Omnibus.
Interesting. Also, the BPRD Omnibus.
I'm scared to look at this. I feel it's going to be all modern writers.
If anything, I would think there was a series they did a while back. It was like a goofy little series where it was like
Oh wait,
X-Men First Class. Oh no, this is John Byrne.
collecting X-Men in the years 1 through 22, Fantastic Four, 102, 106, material from X-Men 91, issue number 94. It makes it adult fantasy number 14.
Hmm.
640 pages for 100 bucks, and you can get it. See, here's Amazing Fantasy, adult fantasy to that.
Hmm.
Fantasy Fours,
There you go.
which we actually read on the channel here. We read this one.
Yep.
I believe one of these. But yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. How about that?
So I am relieved because usually when I click on X-Men trades and they look like the old stuff, it's usually not the old stuff. It's usually the stuff from like 20 years ago and this past 10 years
Yeah.
ago, which you don't
Right.
want. So that's kind of cool.
Yep.
Collaborative time featuring Marania.
It's not a terrible story. It's also not the greatest thing story.
Click, click, boom. Never heard of that.
Never heard of that one.
Uh,
I like that cover, that Byrne cover better with the classic yellow and black costumes. That's
I'm
pretty
more,
cool.
I'm more the 90s.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd Essential. Book 1. Elvira meets Vincent Price.
Teen Titans, go to the library.
I found my library card yesterday.
Did you really?
I don't even know if the library's still there. I've
Mine's
been to
got-
libraries. Dude, the last
Yeah.
time I went to the library is when I was at school.
I was at the library a few months ago. They have a 3D printing machine now. It's kind of cool.
So prints a gun.
Oh God, don't even joke. I was gonna go use it and print out like little minifigures or something. If that happens, I'll never be able to get my hands on one.
And then yeah, that's it.
Yeah, not a humongous week for the first week of 2024.
Marani says, yeah. So Marani says that collaborating time was pretty decent.
It was. It wasn't bad.
Looks like Ash is agreeing. He said that Chris Samney would be a good replacement or for Captain Marvel artist.
Mm-hmm. He also said to avoid the Daredevil. Speaking of Wade and Samney, he said, "I guess it wasn't a good. I guess it wasn't a great Daredevil."
Was that the one he says, "I'm not Daredevil"? And it's Christopher sweater on because it's revealed that he actually isn't blind. He actually is Daredevil.
I don't remember.
Or is that or is that Bendis?
It sounds like it would be a Bendis thing, but
I remember it was early 2000s. That's all I remember. So I don't remember who was writing it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's pretty much it for the books coming up this week.
Next week, I will have 5 books that I am getting, so I will be back up to par next week.
All right, sounds good. Avoid Mark Wade. Period. In person, sure, but
In person, yeah.
I'll still read World's Finest.
I do like World's Finest, and I do like Shazam.
It's like I said, I'm attached to these DC characters, Batman, Superman, and if the worst guy on the planet is putting out a book that's actually better than all of the people who claim to be good, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, I can always read older comic books, sure, which I do, but I still like reading some of the new stuff as well. I don't know. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But that being said, if you haven't already done so, we do ask you to click like and hit subscribe. Let us know if you saw any books that you maybe you wanted to try out, maybe or if you just didn't see anything at all. You're a curmudgeon and say, "Screw everything! I hate comic books." We ask why you're watching us, son. But yeah, actually, he's a pretty nice person as long as he doesn't know your politics. And sure, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that goes out and wears my politics on my sleeve.
I know. I don't understand those people because there are people that do that. They're like within like 5 minutes of meeting them, oh, I voted for Biden, or I'm a lefty. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna tell you who I vote for.
I'm Switzerland.
I'm like Superman. Then that you remember like DC did this miniseries years ago, and it was like the political leanings of all the different. It was actually a good story. I think it was Judd Winnick was one of the writers on it, but it was like how every DC hero voted, and Superman was like the one guy. He's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm not going to tell you who I vote for because I respect the right to privacy.
I forgot. Yes, Ash doesn't have any books this week, so he watched it for Zach today.
There you go. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate that. Yeah, Ash. I'm trying to mimic Ash. I'm trying to be more selective about the quality of my comics. So I'm seeking to emulate him. I'm not quite at his level. I still have to get some books each week.
So many jokes. So many jokes. That's why we have the people in the chat that do the jokes for me.
That's right. That's right. We count on y'all to roast me like a bonfire does to marshmallows. I don't know why I'm talking. Don't know.
I can't make jokes. It's gonna be awkward.
Your mustache is gonna go white to match your beard because of all the stress is just gonna sink into the mustache.
No, the color of my face is gonna leave me. I'm gonna go white because I'm gonna be dead. I'm just gonna get sick. But
I can't take it anymore.
I hope. Yeah. So this Thursday, 8 p.m. Central is the follow-up to the to top 5. We'll be back around then, and we'll let you know what books we got. I imagine Zach's been like, "Well, I didn't get any new books." Zach's got 3 back issues.
I might have some back issues. My shop still has the dollar bins. They have a 50-cent bin even. It's not great, but they do have one. So
go get some Walt Disney's books. Get the Golden Age ones.
I'm only getting books that actually I've got some books like even in my collection of back issues. I'm like, I have the hardcover for these. Do I really need the floppies to go with the hardcover? So I may be trading some in.
I might be doing that too. I found that I had 2 Vampiro magazines that I actually had copies of. So I already had.
Oh, really?
So I'm cashing those in. I'm getting some money back.
Nice. Yeah, I've done that whenever I've gone through my comic collection. There are random issues. I come across, what was it? It was a Defenders issue, like Defenders number 90 something. I was like, I have 2 copies of this.
I also look forward to see what you got in the mail too as well.
I did get it in the mail today. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah. I was some bonus stuff in there too.
I forgot about Void Rivals. I completely forgot about that. So thank you. And then I think you had told me about. I think I had seen those dinosaur comics. That must have been from one of these older auctions.
No, I actually came across those at my shop.
Oh, did you really? I thought I saw them at one of these auctions.
I don't know. I see dinosaur stuff related, and I'm like, it's indie and it's Zach.
It's dinosaurs. You can't go wrong with Zach and dinosaurs. Also, I didn't realize that you had a variant for the G.I. Joe 301. That was pretty cool too, with like all the Cobra guys. That was pretty cool. So thank you for that.
Yep.
G.I. Joe is in full swing for me now.
Right. All right, guys. We'll see you on Thursday. Thank you for showing up this year. I hope you continue to show up this year more.
That's right.
Like I said, Happy New Year if we haven't already told you so. Please click like, subscribe, and donate to the Ko-Fi. Every dollar helps out. Basically helps us pay for our readings, which you do. Because basically I get books. My books are from Comixology. We read them here on Fridays and Sundays. Old back issue comic books, from the Silver Age, Bronze Age, sometimes even some Golden Age. We just did a Mickey Mouse, which really blew up. And then we had some Flintstone stuff. So cool thing is that for those who donate, let us know who you are, your username on the Ko-Fi, and also let us know what book you want us to check out next, because we like helping you guys be here. If you're not entertained, there's no point of us being here. So
that's right. You need to do a GIF of Russell Crowe from Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here?
Yes.
That's the new one you need to do. If I do a comic that's questionable, you need to have Joaquin Phoenix doing the thumbs down. I will allow it.
I think control. I'll just play the clip. Like, are you not entertained? Like just see. We'll get struck down so fast.
Probably would.
It's like One Punch Man. Boom, you're gone.
Yeah, probably.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye,
Take care.
guys. Enjoy your 9 ladies dancing.
On that note, goodbye.
It's the 9th day of Christmas.